All right, hello everyone. Welcome to another packing video. I got my coffee here. It is a nice brisk Monday morning. We've got a lot of orders in front of us. Most of them pretty easy packs, I think. And then we're going to start with this core figure, or core action figure. I'm using one of my 644 boxes on this. We are going to be using a new box that I got. It's a similar size to this, but this particular figure is kind of small, so decided to go ahead and use this. The other boxes I got are 754s. This was a 644. Someone said I was using too much tape on these boxes, and I was. I'll agree with that. I just need to go over this seam, wrap all the way around. The other wrap, there's no reason to do that, so I'm going to pack it like that. Okay, next we're going to do this. Well, the listing says big heat, but it's actually rig heat. And we're going to use our, I already have one made up here, so we're going to use one of those. I don't want to do this. I don't really like wrapping it like this. I'm going to go the other way. Oh, I'm getting stuck on that. It doesn't really matter. I should have just used one piece of bubble wrap. That's the problem. Alright. So yeah, these little 754 boxes. Great size for these cars. This one actually is going to... I think it's going to Germany. I'm just basing that on the name. Looks like a German name. It's going EIS though. Okay. I haven't exactly thought about how I want to tape these. I think I want to tape them like this. I think that's how I want to do it. All right, that's done. Okay, we have these sandalwood carved statues. They're actually very nice. But the work on these is pretty fine, Candace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at turn the big one around, and the braid on her hair. Look at the detail.
Yeah.
And the folds of her skirt.
These are really well done.
Mm-hmm. These
aren't the rough carvings I'm used to. So, almost fits a 12-10-4 lengthwise. So I'm just going to have to lengthen this just a little bit. Probably, you know what? I'll probably just do it like this much right here. That'll work. That's how I'll do it. Yeah, we had a viewer reach out to us. They were wanting to sell their entire store. And we're still not exactly sure how much we're going to make on that deal. But they had a little over 2,000 items, and they wanted $1 an item. And I think we didn't do like an exhaustive inventory of everything. Actually, we showed up, it looked about right to us in their storage unit, and so we bought the stuff, $2,000, $1 a piece basically. And there were some higher end items like this. I would call this a higher end thing in there. And then there were a lot of lower end items that were like listed separately that we felt like we could still sell, but we wouldn't sell them individually. We would lock that stuff up instead. And also there were, I don't know, it may end up being, that was a bad pull there. It may end up being as high as like half of the items we're actually going to end up donating. Because like when we took it on, we said, look, there's a lot of stuff here that's good. There's a lot of stuff here that's not. The only way we could take this on is if we're very disciplined with, if we get something that we don't think is worth listing, we just will not list it. We won't fool with it. We won't let it take a bunch of our time. We're just going to donate whatever we don't want to list. And that's what we've done so far. I think it's working out. Our price, of course, every time we donate something, our average price per item that we pay goes up. So we're probably going to end up somewhere closer to $2 an item by the time you account for all that. But these kind of sales like this right here, 2 items where we got $75, that goes a long way to making the buy good. And we are tracking that buy. So if you watch the vlogs that we put out every day during the week, eventually we'll get back to that buy and update you guys on how much all that stuff is getting listed for. I want to say, Candace, where are we at right now on the spreadsheet for the $2,000 store buy?
$4,569.
Okay.
45.69.
And really, we've sold a lot of that.
Yeah.
A lot of that is already sold. So it's going quite well. And we have just a ton of that stuff left. So, which has also been kind of nice because as y'all know, if you've been watching the vlogs, we've been buying a lot of Hot Wheels type stuff and new in box Lego and action figure, all kind of other stuff from Guy lately. And this time of year, in the spring, garage sales are really good, typically. So we kind of hate to miss out on that, on the garage sales, because we didn't go the past 2 weeks. But knowing that we also have that store buy in our back pocket has kind of influenced us to not go out the past 2 weeks. Doesn't mean we're not going to go out anymore at all, because we will. But gives us a little peace of mind that, okay, not going to garage sales this weekend is okay. We have plenty. So I'm still happy that we did that $2,000 buy. All right, those are done. Okay, this is a cool order. It's both, I think they're the exact same car. Just one is packaged like this and one is packaged like this. And I'm going to use one of the, I measured, that's a small card. So it should fit just fine in here. Let me just see if I can get better at doing this fold. This is that new box. And I haven't quite gotten that. There's going to be a comfortable way to do this. I just haven't gotten there yet. I used to buy some, I used to have like a ton of these little boxes like this that would fold up. And I got to the point where I was like super fast putting them together. And I'm just not there yet on that. This is like maybe the third one I've done. So, okay. All right. So, no, that doesn't fit. All right, I'm gonna put this aside for later. And we're gonna go grab an 864. That's what we need. I measured it, I thought it was gonna fit. Okay. Old 864 standby. This. These Hot Wheels. Just love selling Hot Wheels. So fun. Pretty easy. Especially when they're like new on card like this and stuff. I mean that. And the person that guy was buying these from clearly took like really good care of his stuff. Gotta figure out a good way to put this in here. I think I might. Let's see, how am I doing this? Oh, I could do it like this? No. That ain't gonna work. Can't do it like that. Or can I? Actually, I can. Why not? Yeah, that's fine. That is just fine. Here we go. But yeah, actually all the stuff that Guy got from this collector, it just, for the most part, just like all of it was minty condition. There, that's done. Okay, we've got a large order here. It has these 3 cars, and then I'm going to take these inventory locations off of these. A Roger Dodger, a Sylvia, a Ford Fiesta, a Fair Lady, and then Candace actually gave me this one. Sometimes we'll throw Langyap in if it makes sense into an order. Well, this car would have been worth how much if it was sealed?
I don't even remember, but I mean, because it's not sealed. I mean, I did look it up.
It's probably like a $5 car, not sealed.
Something like that, yeah.
And it is cool, and it looks like maybe the kind of aesthetic they would like, just based on some of the other cars they got. So we're just going to go ahead and throw this into this order. Makes sense. This actually, I think, is a repeat customer too. I didn't get the box I need. I think I'm gonna do a 12-12-12 here. And then do a little resizing. May even do a little box in box. I don't remember, like, it doesn't really matter. I don't remember how much this order was for. It's probably pretty pricey just because of the sheer number of cars. I don't remember if any of these cars were particularly hard word expensive. I don't remember. Doesn't matter too much. We'll pretty much pack them like they were there. How do I want to do this? I think I'm gonna do no. Grab me a 12-10-4. I don't know if I'm gonna end up using that or not. I'm gonna see how much room these cars take up in here. Actually, I might, you know what? I don't need that 12-12-12. Everything will go in here fine. I think I can just put them in like this, and then I should even have room because I have these on card. Go like this, this. That's too tight there. Okay. And you know what I might do? Because this is a little tight. It's a pretty good box, but it's just a little bit tight. I'm gonna go box in box. That's what I'll do. then I'll feel good about it. I just don't want an order this big to end up getting crushed or something and damaged. And I could squeeze everything into the 12-10-4, but I wouldn't love it. And the thing is, I can put this into a 12-12-12, a 12-10-4, then a 12-12-12, and I mean, I'll just feel like 100% confident in that pack. And so we can do it like that. Doesn't matter, does it? Do it like that, and like this. And I even got her extra car in here, and I'll still be going cubic rate. See, that's too tight of a pack to send it in just this box. Good. And I'm just going to drop this into my 12-12-12 just to make it strong. The way I look at it, I basically am able to bulletproof this thing for about $1 worth of box. Whoop. All the cars they got were really cool cars too. You never know, I might turn into a Hot Wheels collector one day. If I do, I'll regret some of these cars I've sold, because we've sold some cool ones. I think if I did, I would probably try and like get real specific about what I collect. Collect one line or one style or something like that. I don't even know what it would be. Okay, and the cool thing about this is it's still plenty, that corner's kind of funky, it's still plenty small enough to go ground advantage cubic. Alright, we've got a couple of Star Wars sets going out. These are pretty cool. Those cars are really nice. I like them. Not extremely valuable, but that doesn't change the fact that they look really, really cool. Matter of fact, I think Candace kept a couple of those for herself. In that line. You know what? I'm going to put some of the flap I just cut out, put back into the pack. Reason this pack is going to be a little tight. I don't think too tight, but I am going to reinforce just a little bit here. Okay, my plan is to just bubble wrap these together like this and put them right here. That's a 12-10-4 box, by the way. All right. That'll protect the, I kind of like the way this is because it kind of protects the windows a little bit. Not going to have a whole lot of room under it. Like I said, it's a little tight. That's why I wanted to use these. Okay. Oh yeah, feels nice and strong. It's amazing how much adding little cardboard panels in there can change the way the boxes feel. Okay, that's done. Okay. Every now and then Candace is over there listing. She'll comp something and I hear her go, ooh. What are you oohing about?
Well, these normally sell about 20. Somebody got 34 because they put the word metallic in their title.
Is it metallic? Is it die cast?
Yeah, they're Hot Wheels die cast little figures.
Okay, so they're not just like painted to look like metal or something. They are metal.
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming. Let me see. But that's interesting. Like all the other ones sell for 20, and that's the only difference I see in that one is it has metallic in the title.
Sometimes, man, like comps just don't make any sense, do they? Like you'll see 20 of something sell for 20 of the same exact items sell for like around $15, and then there's an oddball $30 comp that just doesn't make any sense. Packing up a Corvette Hot Wheels ID, by the way, and these things ship in these boxes for, I did something, I just did that. These things ship in these boxes at 8-ounce rate. One of these days I'll get better at folding these up. I'm not even good at putting these in. I got these to make it easier. So far, I'm not making it look easier. Once I get used to them, I'll fly through them. I can remember when I first got my Gemini. That's done. When I first got my Gemini comic mailers, they were very cumbersome. Now I have to put them together in like no time flat. I'm just popping this open to make sure it looks like it's packed pretty well. And yeah, I think they are packed. They're packed and ready to roll because I have paper under, everything's bubble wrapped. All I'm doing is did a final inspection, I guess, and then adding the thank you cards. Okay, easy one there. And we have another little Hot Wheels set. Same thing, I'm hoping. Yeah, I have these nicely packed and ready to roll as well. Thank you card. And this is 12-10-4. And I really like putting this set on the shelf in one of these, even though we don't normally do that, because I don't want the cards getting all beat up. So that one's done. All right, we have this little battle damage set. This is a cool looking set too. I like all those Star Wars cars. This one was worth a little more though. And I have a 10-8-6. It's a little tight in this dimension. Especially, I think it was a $30 order. So I'm going to go ahead and change the box just a little bit. See, now I'll have this much room, and then I still have plenty of space here. This is a fairly common resize I do. I do, oops, I didn't cut that very well. I do find if I just come back and cut these a little deeper, that the fold over seems to go smoother. So that went really smooth there. I'll go ahead and finish those little cut ups. Here we go. All right. If we do decide to expand our box stock, we might go with something like this, because I do this a pretty good bit. Alright, see, now that is a nice custom made to order box now. I like that. Okay, I'm going to bubble wrap this guy. And then paper. When I edit these videos, it seems like I use a ton of paper. And I do use a lot of paper. But I was kind of surprised. I was telling Candace, I've been using this roll of paper. It must be, I must be going on like 3 weeks on that roll. So, very economical. Very economical versus bubble wrap to use the paper. There is a place for bubble wrap, but for fill isn't one of them. It's like for loose fill. Fill is a bad way to use bubble wrap. Okay. Okay, that's done. All right, already put the label on this one. Get asked a lot because I don't print the labels during these videos. There's just if I started fooling with the labels during these videos, it would be a mess. Me trying to hide customer data and whatnot. But yeah, the question I get is, how do you not mix them up? Answer: I do it the old-fashioned way. Every time I cut, or just about every time I cut, I go print the label for that package I just packed right away. I do them one at a time. Old-fashioned like that. This one I already printed because I was going to have that bulge, and it's just easier to print before I put the thing in. Okay, we have some Galaxy gliders, Power Rangers things. Okay, let me see. It's got to be an easier way than what I've been doing. Because what I've been doing, trying to do too much at once, I think. Oh man. Alright, that was better than the last one at least. Okay, that wasn't that bad. I'm sure they fit well. They do. They fit perfectly. Alright. Hear the melodic tones of Candace's autofocus in the background. I'm packing right here, and she is listing right behind me. That's the power of having two people. Because back when I was doing this all by myself. Okay, we have the iconic mystery machine here. This is so cool. That is a really cool one. I should have kept one. I should have kept a Cybertruck and a mystery machine. Then where does it end? Slippery slope. But oh, what was I saying? I'm talking about, back when I was just in here working by myself, it was always a yo-yo kind of situation, because whenever I would not have a lot of orders going out, I would list really hard, which would cause a bunch of orders to come in, a lot of times, and then the orders would come in, and I was doing YouTube. That's a pretty major factor, especially when I was by myself. I would list heavy for a few days, and then orders would get heavy, and then I would spend a lot of time on both YouTube and on fulfilling the orders, packing all the orders. And of course, while I was packing orders, getting bogged down like that, which that's a good thing to get bogged down with, don't get me wrong, but my listing would slow down, or sometimes just come to almost a complete stop, which would mean the orders would slow down and the cycle would start all over again. That's done. I have a Volkswagen drag bus here. Took that label off. But yeah, it was constantly like just like that. It'd be like a yo-yo sales. But now things are definitely smoothed out, because even on a heavy packing day, things are still going up. I'm not the main lister. I list a lot, but I'm not the main lister. So
you're the man lister.
I'm the man lister, that's right. But not the main lister. So that's really been that's the biggest impact Candace has had, is listings continue to go up right like regularly, which is good, because that's kind of the lifeblood, the listings. All right, come on, get in there, slide in there. All right. And I would compensate when I was in here by myself. When it would get like that, I would just work stupid hours to try and catch up. Okay, we have a couple of Motosauruses going out. They're both Motosauruses, except one was, they're two different colors, basically. See, I just don't have enough room. No, actually I do. No, that's kind of squeezing that. So yeah, I think I can do it like that. But yeah, Candace put these together because they really weren't worth second guessing what I'm doing here. They really weren't worth listing on their own. So in those cases where we had the same cars, you can make a lot and then make it worth doing a listing, which is good for the customer and good for us too. this way on these. Okay, we have some IBM pencils going out, and this was not really included in the order, the box itself, but they ordered most of the box, so I need just a little bit of something in there. That might be too much of something. Let me do this. Had a random little sheet of bubble wrap over there. I just want to make it to where they don't go side to side in this box the whole way there, because they do have leads in them. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, the customer ordered 5 pencils, and I think I only had 8 pencils left in this box, so I took 3 of the pencils out so I could just send him the box as a little something unexpected. I mean, I don't know if this is a collector or they're going to use the pencils or what, but I'm sure they'll appreciate having that vintage box. Let's see, how was I doing this? I still feel like I think I need to come around this. No, I do think I need to fold these in first. Okay, we'll do that, that, and that. Okay, there we go. Now, I think we've sold, well, let's see. I can tell you how many pencils we sold. We have 3 left. We've sold 9 pencils because I started with 24. Right? That should be a full box of 12, and then I think we have 3 loose ones.
15.
So we have 15 left. And that was just an awesome score. Thing is, that if y'all watch the vlogs, that's the already had this box made up with paper in it, shipping this treasure hunt. So what was I saying? Oh, I got a bubble wrap. What I was saying is if you watch the vlog, then that estate sale where I got the pencil stuff, that was the same place where we got the we've got like a ton of Hallmark ornaments that we bought too. Bought that at that same sale, and just happened to see that in a box in the driveway as Candace was waiting to check out, and that ended up being like the best thing we bought at that sale. That's done. All right, we have a glove going out. I feel like I was talking about something and I forgot to finish it. If I did, I apologize. It does remind me. Let's talk about the Roy Rogers Museum in a recent video, and I didn't finish telling the story. So we go to, my grandmother lived in Hesperia, California. I'm gonna finish this time. And went to visit when I was like 17. Big road trip. My parents. It was a blast. Had a great time on that trip. I'm gonna keep going. All right, next up is Lego set. But yeah, so anyway, we go out to Hesperia to visit my grandmother, and her husband, Jim. there's another story there. I don't know if I want to tell that one or not. But yeah, my grandfather was murdered not too long before I was born, and she ended up remarrying. But anyway, back to the Roy Rogers Museum in Hesperia, California. She pretty much forces us to go to the Roy Rogers Museum. She loved it. So we go, we check it out. So we go, and it didn't seem like it was that weird at the time. But basically, the museum was everything from his life, and it seemed like he was a hunter, and everything he ever shot and killed while hunting, he stuffed it. And all that stuff was in the museum. But that's not the weird thing. I've seen plenty of taxidermy. The weird thing is, he owned a ton of horses, of course. And he stuffed his horses. He had his horses stuffed when they died. And even his dogs. Their dogs they had stuffed whenever their dogs died. It was very odd. I think it's closed now. This is done. Another 1996 treasure hunt here. The previous year, there's a 1995 treasure hunt set released by J.C. Penney. These, the next year, these are limited edition of 25,000. Well, the previous year, the edition was 10,000. I guess they were just sold at J.C. Penney's. I think that might have been the first year they did treasure hunts too. I'm not a Hot Wheels expert, so I shouldn't even be saying any of that. But that's just what I know from like talking to Guy and doing a little research on my own. So the guy he's been buying from does have the J.C. Penney treasure hunt set. He wants a lot of money for it. It sells for a lot of money. Makes sense. I don't know if Guy is going to end up making that deal or not, but he might. Those can go for big time money. Like maybe $100 or more a car. I'm not even sure what they go for. That one's done. Okay, another, let me make sure this is right. Hot Wheels ID, Drift Domination, RX-7, 95 Moss. Yeah, this is it. All right. Okay, I'm starting to get start bragging. Starting to get a little better at this, I guess. It'll probably become second nature after a while. I do like the boxes a lot though. They're pretty strong. Just gonna have to see if I can find a little better deal. I had to stop filming for a second. Also, I need to inspect. I grazed my finger across one of these cutter things. Not a bad cut at all. Okay. Do a quick blood check. I was trying to be careful. As soon as it happened, I was like, all right, blood alert. I was actually being careful not to touch it, but yeah, okay. I think I do that about once every 2 weeks or so. I just graze my hand across one of these cutting things. we're packing a rainbow owner's manual. Vintage. The machine of tomorrow, today. Gemini comic mailer. Don't remember how we ended up with this. I don't think it was with a... May have been with some... We got some rainbow stuff a while back. I have no idea. All right, that's done. Another Hot Wheels ID. 56 Chevy Bel Air. Yeah, that's the move. See, getting better and better, I think. Feels like it. These boxes are a much nicer presentation, although I wouldn't buy them just based on that. We're buying them based on speed and strength and weight. All right, sold one of these cool drag buses, Day of the Dead. Let's see how I do. I know how to do it, I just don't know what the... I'm thinking maybe this direction. I don't know. Feels like I'm doing this twice as hard as it really needs to be done. All right, we're getting there though. Okay. Could be paper. These drag buses are in styrofoam blocks. 2 halves in a styrofoam block, and then in their own shipping box, that little box I just stuck in there, that's what it originally shipped in. So this is really well packed. That's done. Okay, this is a little high value funny car. Going EIS. I think it's a little convention exclusive or something. I don't know. Okay, that was pretty smooth. Alright. It's already bubbled. Let's see, the card is right here. So make sure I don't... I think I'm going to lay it flat on the bottom of the box like that. That way I don't screw up the card with my paper. Come on. There. Alright. Getting better with these boxes. Still feel a little awkward. It'll probably take me about 20 of them. And then I'll whip them up in no time. Okay, that's done. Okay, get some more practice right away. We are shipping one of these moonshine busts. This is like one of the cooler looking ones too. It's that copper color. Awesome. A lot of those buses, drag buses, look really cool. They do a good job on them. Okay. Same thing as last time. Just a little paper. so sad after the bulk of this Hot Wheels stuff is sold. Who knows, maybe we'll get some more. That's done. All right, next up we have these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Viewmaster thing. I think maybe, and it has some packs. I think there was something with this similar to the Hot Wheels thing where there was an app or something that goes with it that no longer is available, which we did explain because it was pretty crucial on this one, I think. Let's see, 15. Yeah, I can go 15. I'm gonna go 15 inches. And no, I have not connected this to that T-square yet, but I probably will eventually. That was a really good suggestion somebody had made. But yeah, this is a 12 box, and it's not quite the right shape. But we're gonna fix that. Okay. Hopefully fairly quickly. I think it'll take too long. Definitely take longer than packing one of those little Hot Wheels IDs in a little fold-up white box though. I get used to that. I think I am going to end up taking a little bit off the top of this box too, once we get everything packed up in here. Alright, let's see. Should have bubble wrapped the thing first. That's alright. Y'all up a little bit. There we go. As if you don't know what taping a box up looks like by now. This is it. Get the rest of these, move with a little urgency, mostly for my lunch, but also we're already at that time of day. What time is it? 1:19. She's probably not going to pull up now, the carrier, I mean. She might. I don't want to use... Honestly, I didn't even want to bubble wrap this at all. And I even did a short pull on it. You know what? Let's go this way with it. I think. Yeah, I'll go the other way too. What the heck? I try and talk myself out of doing stuff sometimes, and I'm like, nope. You're just being lazy or you're being cheap. Something like that. Here we go. That's my little inner monologue whenever I'm packing. Whoop. Okay, I'm not going to take all of that out, but I'm going to take a little bit of that out. Can I use this? I can't. We'll freehand it. Means it's not going to look great. There's that spot on the larger resizer where you can't adjust to. Like you can't make a resize this shallow with it. I think think I did a fair job. I got a little crooked here. Other than that, pretty good. All right. Changing my mind, which is the top and which is the bottom. This is not even a hard pack at all. But it feels like I'm really working versus packing all those Hot Wheels and stuff. And just because of the nature of this one, we'll do this. It'll be a lot cleaner taping right here. Only have one seam across the middle that way. I'm going to go a little extra here, right here. We're going to 2-inch tape this stuff. Quite enough. And this stuff. There we go. All done. All right, we have another one of our little 2-packs of twin mills here. Going with an 864 on this. So I think this is the third one we packed like this. Trying not to slice my finger again. So easy to do that with these desktop dispensers. That's the one of the drawbacks. I really do like using them the desktop. And I use the I did use the tape gun type for years. Just feel like I have a lot better control like this. All right, that's done. Okay, Mercari order here. It was a bundle. I think these are a bunch of road tripping cars here from the Road Trip series. And then we do have a Hot Wheels ID, which I need to go ahead and bubble wrap that. We're going to ship this all together in a 12-10-4. Oops. I don't know why that matters because I'm keeping all those on there. In a 12-10-4 box. Mercari people, Mercari shoppers love Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels and action figures. And I'm sure some other stuff too. That's what we've had a lot of luck with on Mercari. Okay. Paper base. Sometimes I don't know exactly how I'm going to do these. And then this guy right here. better like that. Yeah. There we go. That's good. And I'm papering, but I'm staying, not applying a ton of pressure or over papering because of those cards. Done. All right, another Macari order. This box is actually going to fit really well in here. 1086. Getting kind of close to being done packing today. We had a pretty strong sales weekend, which I thought we might, because we've been listing really good the last couple of weeks. Because we've had good, really good, easy inventory to list. Oops. About to expose that. All right, that's done. Okay, we have some graphic novels, trade paperbacks, whatever you want to call it. I think they're graphic novels. I think they call them graphic novels when it's an original story that hadn't been published before, maybe. Look, I'm guessing. Y'all tell me if I'm right. And I think it's called trade paperback whenever that's a compilation of previously published stories. Do I have that right? Like if there were, say, like 10 comic books, they kind of combine together into a graphic novel kind of thing. That's what I think is going on with that. Anyways, I don't know if these are trade paperbacks or graphic novels. I'm sure there's a difference. I'm just not sure if I understand the difference. That's done. All right, one more Macari order. A hat. Sold a hat. That's a small hat. Some hats don't fit 864. This one does. We listed this one as either a children's or ladies. Children or ladies with small heads. Candace, you would be one of those ladies with small heads.
Yep.
It's a Candace size hat. Alrighty, two more. And another hat. This is actually a Poshmark order. I do wish Poshmark would have another tier of shipping for stuff that is under a pound. Not that their shipping is like ridiculous. It's not. In a lot of cases, customers are saving versus how much they would pay on another site. But yeah, in some cases like this, they're paying probably $2-3 more for shipping than they would somewhere else. I'm sure that's a little bit of a profit center for Poshmark. All right, but Poshmark is simple though. I'll give them that. That's done. Okay, one more thing today. This boot, Kyle bought it and asked us to sign it. This is the one that we sold a bunch of times and got returned. So we did that. So thank you, Kyle. I'm going to put it in a bag for sure. And I don't have a box to fit this. I already looked at 12-10-4. It's a big boot. It's either a 13 or a 14. I can't remember. Doesn't matter that much now. But here's how I'm going to do this. Red Wings are good boots, by the way, if you can find an actual matched pair of them. I'm going to do like this. So right here, let me see how far over that is. I may be able to just do this. No, that's not quite. Yeah, I could do it. Actually, that's, you know what, I'm just going to come over a little bit. I'll eyeball it just a little bit like this. Just come over to there. And I'll know to leave about that much space whenever I do the flip. Okay. Flip, and then again I'll do it like right here. It's about the same. Okay, and then we are also going to be doing a I don't know, we're doing a reshape. This is the reshape portion, because we're not really changing the size of it, just changing the proportions. I guess we are kind of changing the size a little bit. Or are we? Not sure. Is it still the same? Still the same cubic size? I think it is, huh? Not sure. Should probably know that. I would think it would be. Not sure. All right. So step one is just to go ahead and build this out. And we can see how tall we want it to be. Not too worried about the boot getting damaged. These are some heavy duty Red Wing boots. And they're finally going to their forever home. I hope. I thought I was just joking with Candace. I was like, you know, after we sign this thing, what if they drop an INAD on us? Hey, there's writing all over these boots. I don't think that's going to happen. All right. Let me wrap this guy up. I wonder, because we bought that pair of Red Wings at an estate sale, and it was, I want to say it was fairly late in the day. See, look at that, that's perfect. It was fairly late in the day, and I'm wondering, but they had a pretty hefty price tag. I think they were like $40. So I don't know if the reason they were still there was because everyone else that looked at them said, oh, those aren't the same size. Or if the price of the boots scared them off. I mean, because $40 is expensive for shoes. Although I gotta think resellers would have looked them up and just determined that it was worth it, because the boots are worth over $100, probably more like $150 or so, I think. as a pair because they were like, they're in basically new without box condition. So probably what happened is other resellers saw the boots and they noticed it. Be my guess. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut some of this flap off. It'll be too long. All right, nice little package here to polish off a good successful sales weekend. I think these will make it over there just fine. Let's see, you do this. Went too long. Right, I can usually just kind of smooth it around the corner. I'm usually pretty good about eyeballing that. All right, that's it. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, let's pack some stuff. We have a Scooby-Doo mystery machine going out. That is nice looking on that card. This card is a little big. Like, it barely will squeeze into an 864. It's touching all the walls. It's touching the wall of the box on each side. I did, like, test fit it. So, we're going to have to go with something a little bigger here. A 1086. Okay, gotta get my resizer. See, about right here. Let me see how much this weighs first. I was thinking about, see, there's no point in cutting anything off because right now we're sitting at, did I put the, yeah, I put the in there. Right now we're sitting at just under 12 ounces. So it's going to ship at 12 ounces. If I cut those flaps off, we'd still be shipping at 12 ounces. The only difference is the box wouldn't be quite as strong. So leaving flaps on. I thought it might be close. I don't know what I thought. I didn't think it was, I was really just making sure it wasn't over 12 ounces. Then I would have taken a little box off here. Okay, sold a bone shaker. And we just got a good message on eBay. We sold these two big, jumbo, expensive Hot Wheels. They're friggin' awesome. Never seen any quite like, and the cars just look awesome too. Anyways, we sold those Thursday or Friday. We shipped them Friday, and we got a message from the buyer on okay, I got to get in the groove on putting these together. We got a message from the buyer Monday morning about the tracking, because the only scan the thing had was a pickup scan, which is good, because that meant that the post office had them. Like if they lost a package or something, we had the scan that we needed to make an insurance claim with the post office, right? So that was good. But there were no scans after that, and it had been out since Friday. At that point, it had been out, what, 3 days with no other scans. So I don't know why this seems to happen. Sometimes higher value orders, it seems like it always happens on the higher value items, but it probably just feels that way because we're paying attention to the higher value stuff. That's done. Where was I? I don't remember where I was. But anyways, oh, we're packing a manga book. I think this will fit well. Let's see. I'm not sure. Yeah, it'll be good. Anyway, we had no scans on that item. It was just going to Texas. So sometimes what'll happen is a package won't get scanned at all at our post office or even at a hub, and the only scan it gets is the pickup scan. And hopefully we have a pickup scan, because sometimes, like, we normally, like, our carrier is good, backup's usually really good too, but if you don't have a pickup scan and then it doesn't get scanned at your local post office, and also for whatever reason doesn't get scanned at the hub, it can be pretty terrifying. But no, what happened with this one was this morning it had like a bunch of scans showed up all of a sudden, and then the package was out for delivery. Customer got it. Everything was good. It was, you know, the packing held up fine. The stuff got there in great condition. Customer even sent us some photos of the cars showing us. They were happy. We're happy. Everybody happy. And actually, the kind of embarrassing, I did that listing. The photos the customer sent us of the cars, better than my listing photos. But yeah, there's always relief. Sometimes you have those orders out there that you worry about a little bit. Like when I shipped a sewing machine recently, hadn't really packed very many sewing machines, and all right, we're packing another Hot Wheels ID, and I really love the presentation of these boxes. Oh, what else was I talking? Oh, the anxiety whenever you have a package out there. I don't experience this as much, but I remember I used to constantly get anxious over some packages. Like if I normally would sell, you know, $25 items or something like that, and then occasionally I'd sell something for a couple hundred. Can't lie, it would be nerve-wracking. Not just the value, but if something was like kind of a difficult pack or fragile or something. Like I sold a oh man, remember that chess set, Candace? Mm-hmm. That was one of the first things that I really sweated. It was like, yeah, a chess set we paid a couple $100 for, sold it for $800, made good profit. This paper's too big. Made good profit on it, but it was all porcelain pieces. And I mean, I packed the you know what out of it, but then I still sweated. I sweated it until the customer left feedback. And I always appreciate when a customer that buys something like that leaves feedback right away, or messages. I don't like it when they message. Because whenever I have something like that that's out there and they message to let me know everything's fine, they do give me a heart attack until I open that message. Not so much anymore. I've become somewhat deadened to it all, but your first expensive sales or fragile sales are always kind of hairy. That one's done. Okay, last one, $130 Lego set. You believe that? Lego. Gold. Just gotta find it. That's the easier said than done. Alright. I am cheating on this package. I don't even know what I have no idea what we bought. We bought something that came in that box right there. And actually, that's a great size. 18, 14, 4. I like that. I don't know if I want to stock it or not. But it's a good size for long, flat stuff like this. Okay, just gonna paper this thing up. I've got a little room to play with, height-wise. Putting a little more paper than I might normally put. Okay. We do buy most of our boxes that we use, but I am not against using a used box in some cases whenever something is a little differently shaped. I'm not opposed to it, you know, as long as the box is relatively clean, doesn't look too junky or anything. I think I packed this thing upside down. This is a good size though, because if the box does take a dent, it's big enough to give a little leeway. I wonder what percentage of people that buy these Lego sets actually take them out and put them together, or how many of them are just like collecting Lego boxes. I bet that's a thing. Oh man, I didn't put the thing in here. Okay, I didn't put my thank you card. No big deal. Reminds me of, man, when I think when I used to sell DVD VCR combos, which I used to sell a pretty good many of them, at some point I decided they weren't worth I didn't want to fool with them anymore. I'm not going to say they're not worth it. I didn't want to do it anymore. I can't tell y'all how many times I would get the whole DVD VCR thing packed, put the label on it, I'd be all proud of myself, and then I go to do something else. Oh, there's the remote. So, okay, this is done. That's the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all on the next one.